The Milwaukee Bucks made a daring decision when they appointed Doc Rivers as Adrian Griffin's replacement following a problematic beginning to Griffin's coaching career. Even with the team's strong offensive performance in Eastern Conference ranking, Griffin encountered problems immediately, such as losing a valuable assistant coach and player dissatisfaction with defensive tactics. Griffin left with a 30-13 record, which raises the question, why fire a winning coach? More significantly, why are the Bucks having trouble right now with Doc Rivers as the coach? This video will explore the reasons behind the Milwaukee Bucks' struggles. Let's get into it. For Doc Rivers, being appointed as the new head coach of the Bucks feels like a triumphant return to his roots. Hailing from nearby Chicago and having honed his skills at Marquette University, Rivers shares a deep connection with the area. His legacy is proudly displayed in the rafters of Fiserv Forum, where his number 31 jersey hangs as a symbol of his basketball prowess. With an illustrious career spanning 24 seasons, Rivers has left his mark on various NBA franchises. From guiding the Orlando Magic to earning Coach of the Year honors in 2000 to clinching a championship with the Boston Celtics in 2008. From leading the Los Angeles Clippers to his most recent position with the Philadelphia 76ers. His coaching career has seen him endure the highs and lows of the NBA. Nevertheless, Rivers was a formidable player in the NBA for 14 years before he began coaching. Because of his talent, Rivers was named an All-Star in 1988. He had previously played for the Atlanta Hawks, Los Angeles Clippers, New York Knicks, and San Antonio Spurs. His journey from player to coach has been remarkable, and now he's poised to leave his mark on the Milwaukee Bucks. Yet Doc Rivers is encountering hurdles in molding the team into a formidable force. With a record of 14-11 after 25 games as of writing this script, his tenure is a mixed bag. Despite employing vastly different coaching styles, Rivers and Griffin have achieved similar overall outcomes. While Rivers has notably bolstered the team's defense, there's been a regression in offensive performance compared to his predecessors. Surprisingly, both coaches have yielded comparable results regarding point differentials per 100 possessions. But of course, there are nuances to consider. Rivers' coaching stint has coincided with Chris Middleton's absence due to injury, with the star player featuring in only 7 games of the 25 under Doc's leadership. However, a less forgiving assessment of Rivers might highlight that Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard had already played 43 games together before Rivers took the helm, potentially giving him a more cohesive duo to work with than Griffin had. So let's delve into one of the factors contributing to the Milwaukee Bucks' decline. Even though they only rank 29th overall with 6.3 steals per 100 possessions, they have an exciting trend when comparing their performance in losses to wins. The Bucks are surprisingly better at stealing the ball in their defeats rather than their wins, averaging 7.1 steals against 5.9 in the former. Though it might not seem like much, this is the third smallest margin in the NBA, which puts them in questionable company with defensively challenged clubs like the failing Pistons and the Pacers, a trait that the Central Division shares. At first glance, steals appear to be a positive stat as they disrupt the opponent's possession and create opportunities for scoring in transition, with the Bucks scoring nearly an extra point in transition during losses. This aligns with the league-wide trend where teams record more steals and wins. However, exceptions to this rule exist, such as the Boston Celtics, known for their formidable defense despite fewer steals, contrasting with the Philadelphia 76ers, whose defense thrives on turnovers. So despite the apparent benefits of steals, the Bucks need to capitalize on this defensive tactic raises questions about their overall defensive strategy and execution. Another significant shift in the Milwaukee Bucks playing style under Doc Rivers is their approach to offensive rebounding. Rivers prioritizes sending everyone back on defense over pursuing accessible putback opportunities, which has resulted in a noticeable change in the team's rebounding performance. Once a below-average offensive rebounding team, the Bucks are now ranked as the second worst in the league in this category under Rivers' leadership. However, while this adjustment may have impacted their offensive rebounding statistics, it has led to a marked improvement in transition defense. Under Adrian Griffin, the Bucks frequently allowed opposing teams to capitalize on fast break opportunities, often at the mercy of opponents speeding down the court. However, under Rivers' guidance, the Bucks have become one of the league's stingiest teams in transition defense, ranking 4th in limiting fast break opportunities for their opponents. But now let's address the glaring issue of the Milwaukee Bucks' offensive struggles under Doc Rivers. It's undeniable how much the team's offensive prowess has declined since his arrival, dropping from the second-best offense in the league to a mediocre fifth in the games he's coached. A significant factor contributing to this downturn is the absence of key personnel, particularly Chris Middleton, who's only seen limited action since February but remains an indispensable part of the team. Outside of the dynamic duo of Giannis and Damian Lillard, the Bucks roster needs players who can consistently apply pressure on the rim, putting additional strain on their offensive capabilities. Despite the individual brilliance of Giannis and Lillard, who continue to perform admirably, more than their efforts are needed to maintain the Bucks' offensive efficiency at previous levels. Giannis' stellar performance even warrants MVP consideration this season. However, Lillard's scoring output has dipped, accompanied by a decline in shooting percentages, signaling a departure from his usual standards, particularly his efficiency from the field and beyond the arc. Rivers has made a concerted effort to reignite Lillard's offensive spark, incorporating more plays reminiscent of their time together in Portland. Lillard has acknowledged the positive impact of this shift in strategy, noting that it has significantly contributed to his performance improvement. One notable success has been the synergy between Lillard and Brook Lopez, with the latter frequently setting screens high up near the logo, creating ample space for Lillard to attack the basket. While there's progress in developing chemistry between Lillard and Giannis, particularly in the screen interactions, there's still room for improvement as Giannis adjusts to his evolving role within the offensive scheme. Furthermore, the Milwaukee Bucks have been actively exploring adjustments in their offensive strategies, including last-second alterations to the angle of screens for Lillard. This tactic adds yet another layer of complexity for opposing big men defending against such dynamic movements. These experimental changes epitomize the transitional phase of the team's offensive evolution, where they're still fine-tuning their approach to extract maximum output for their talented roster. While the Bucks have secured wins amidst these experimental phases, the pressure to succeed looms large. Time is of the essence, and they can ill afford prolonged periods of trial and error. There's a sense of urgency surrounding the team's quest for success, especially considering the advancing age of key players like Lillard, who is in his age 33 season and showing signs of decline. Of even more significant concern is Middleton's noticeable decline in performance. Middleton's production has plummeted despite being in the early stages of a lucrative 3-year, $93 million contract extension that'll see him through the age 34 season. This downturn is particularly alarming given his pivotal role in the Bucks' championship triumph in 2021. While coaching adjustments have been a recurring topic of discussion surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks, there's a growing realization that ultimately talent reigns supreme. Under Doc Rivers, the team has shown signs of improvement, but when it comes down to it, success hinges on the players' collective performance on the court. Giannis has undoubtedly shouldered his share of the load, showcasing his elite skills and leadership numerous times. But the journey is far from over, with challenges still yet to overcome and goals yet to be achieved. The Bucks and their fans eagerly anticipate the rest of the season. Will they find their rhythm and reclaim their spot among the NBA's elite? Only time will tell. But I want to know what you think. Do the Bucks got what it takes to win a title this year? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.